Students, welcome once again to the Oval Academy of Education. In today's video, we are going to discuss ICSE Class 8 Chemistry Lesson 2, that is Physical and Chemical Changes. Physical and chemical changes. Lesson first has already been explained to you in our earlier videos. Its exercise has also been elaborated in detail. Right? Today we are going to start here with second lesson 2. So here we are going to discuss physical and chemical changes in the substances, right, or matter. So here matter undergoes in its physical or chemical changes when on the basis of the energy conditions or subject to energy change, right? So these physical and chemical changes are based on the physical and chemical properties of the substances, right? Every substance possesses certain chemical as well as physical properties, right? So these physical properties are here the properties associated with the physical change of the substance or based on physical observations. They are called physical properties, which we can see with our eyes, like melting point, boiling point, density, solubility, color, odor, thermal and electrical conductivity, etc. These all are physical properties. Some of these has already been explained in the previous chapter of matter. So these properties we can observe by our sight. Now chemical properties. Chemical properties are the properties associated with chemical change, right? Or these chemical changes are also called chemical reactions of the substances, right? So these are action with air, water, acids, alkalis, oxidizing agents, reducing agents. These all actions are called chemical properties. Now we will discuss these physical and chemical changes in detail. So physical change is a temporary change where no substance is formed and can be reversed by simple physical means. If a change has happened, it can be reversed. This is the main property of this physical change, right? In a physical change, there is a change in the state, color, shape, etc. of the substance, whereas there is no chemical change, no change in the chemical properties, right? This has to keep in mind while studying the chapter. Here this is given. Now characteristics of a physical change. These are characteristics of a physical change. It is a temporary change, I have told earlier. There is a change in the physical properties of a substance, not in its chemical properties. The composition of the substance does not change. No new substances are produced. This change can be easily reversed. I have told earlier, there is no change in energy, and there is also not a change in the mass. Examples of physical change are, one of the best examples you can see in our homes, dissolution of sugar in water. Right? Dissolution means घुलना, घुल जाना. Right? Here, if we take some sugar and dissolve it in some water in a glass or a beaker, this sugar will easily dissolve in the water, and we will see that here no new substances are formed because it is a physical change. If we crystallize on a simply we can see by taking a blotting paper, if we put this solution on a blotting paper, we will see that sugar is recovered back on the blotting paper in the crystalline form. Right? So it is a temporary change for the time being. There is no change in the mass during the dissolution of sugar in water. It is there is also not change in energy. No energy is needed because it is a physical change. The next example given in your book is magnetization of iron. So here its diagram you can see here. Take horseshoe shaped soft iron bar. This is a soft iron bar, horseshoe, घोड़े की नाल की आकार की है ये. Horseshoe shaped iron bar and wrap a copper. इसके ऊपर we have चारों तरफ एक कॉपर की वायर रैप कीजिए, copper wire around it. Pass the current through. This is the electricity through the wire. The iron bar gets magnetized and the iron nails gets stuck to it. These are the iron nails stuck to it. When we stop the current or switch off the current, the iron nails will fall off from the iron bar. So it is a temporary change. The weight of iron bar before and after passage of current remains the same, and no energy change occurs here because it is a physical change. I advise you to not do this. Don't do this experiment at home. It could be risky. It can be done only in lab of your school. Right? This can be done at home. Dissolution of sugar, but don't do this at home. Now the weight of iron bar before and after passage of current remains same, and no change of energy occurs here. So it is a physical change. Another simple example you can see these days. These are hot days. You need fridge in your homes. So take some water and place it in your refrigerator. Get ice. You will get ice, and see the observations. The ice on gaining heat from atmosphere melts. Right? Because it is a temporary change. No change in mass occur. The heat lost during freezing is gained during melting. So no gain or loss of the heat. Right? Now you can see this activity in your book to show that change of ice to water is a physical change. I have already explained it, so you can just read it from here. Now Next activity is to show that sublimable or sublimation of camphor is a physical change. Camphor means kapoor. If we take some camphor and cover it, if you take some camphor in a crucible, this is crucible, and cover it with an inverted funnel by cotton plug. This is cotton plug. In such if we heat it with a Bunsen burner, here we see vapors of camphor are formed. These vapors condenses to form camphor or reaching the cooler part of the funnel. Here we will see solid camphor is formed. Now scratch the camphor, collect the solid, weigh and again weigh it, solid and weigh it. Here we have taken 5 gram of camphor. In the result we will also get 5 gram camphor. So this camphor has been sublimated to form vapors, and vapors to back to solid, right? Here is also an activity to show that formation of water vapors from water is a physical change. Take some water in a beaker, heat it strongly till it changes to water vapors. Cover the beaker with the lid. This is the lid of. You will observe that water vapors condenses back to form back the water drops. So since the change is reversible, so it is a physical change. Now other examples, you can see melting of wax, melting of butter in your house, ringing of an electric bell, expansion and contraction of substances, sublimation of iodine, dissolution of sodium chloride in water, evaporation of water. All these are physical changes. Now we will move on to the chemical change. Chemical change, already we have already discussed that it is a permanent change wherein original substances give rise to new substances. New substances are formed having different composition and properties. So chemical change is irreversible and is always accompanied by energy change. Here energy is needed. So it is a chemical change. Now we will see characteristics of a chemical change. It is permanent in nature. New substances formed, reactants are gone, new products are formed. No products will be formed. Composition of the substances changes. They can't be reversed, they are irreversible. There is gain or loss of energy. There is change in the mass of the substances. Alright, now we will see some examples of the chemical changes. First is burning of paper. If we burn a paper in candlelight or in Bunsen burner flame, we see that paper burns producing new substances, that is carbon dioxide and water. Paper burns and forms new substances, that is carbon dioxide and water. The substances produced on burning do not give back paper, therefore it is a permanent change. The paper can't be brought back to its original size and shape. There is change in mass. Big paper is burnt down to black pieces of paper. Small energy is given out in the form of heat or light. In the same way, second example is common example, that is rusting of iron. Here take two iron nails, expose them to the water or moist air. A new reddish brown compound called rust, chemical formula of it is Fe2O3.XH2O is produced on the surface of the nails. Brownish compound. So here we observe that the mass of substance increases, new substance is produced, the change can't be reversed. We can't make a new iron nail with the brownish rust. Energy is given out during this change, but it is very small, right? Another activity here, as we see in our houses, is formation of paneer from milk. Right, here is the activity. So you have seen formation of paneer from milk. Take some milk, heat the milk, add fresh lemon juice for formation of the paneer. We will keep heating it for some time. Here the citric acid present in lemon coagulates the proteins present in the milk. Right, the proteins coagulate to form a solid which is called paneer. So this change is dash. This change is permanent. Here we will put permanent. And new compounds, paneer is formed from original compound, that is milk and citric lemon, that is citric acid. Energy in the form of heat here is evolved. Thus we can say that change of milk to paneer is an example of, here we will put chemical change. Clearly a chemical change, because energy is evolved, new compounds are formed, so it is a chemical change. And another simple example from your daily life is formation of curd from milk. So you see, take some milk in a beaker, to milk, add a spoon of curd, keep it overnight, check in the morning, the milk will change into what? Here the milk will change into curd. The chemical reaction has taken place. Lactose sugar present in the milk has been broken down into lactic acids by lactobacillus bacteria present in the curd. So this is lactic acid. So this is another simple example. Now we will move on to some other examples showing chemical changes. Ripening of fruit is also a chemical change. Butter turning rancid is also a chemical change. How it changes? Butter reacts with oxygen in the environment to form of smelling compounds with change in taste. This is known as rancidity. Change like खट्टा हो जाना, this is rancidity. So distinction between physical and chemical change, as already told, physical change is a temporary, it is a chemical is a permanent. in no new substances are found. New substances are found, as you have seen in all the above changes, chemical changes. No evolution or absorption of energy. Energy is always evolved or absorbed. There is no change in mass. Masses of the substances change. However, total mass remains unchanged. The physical properties of a substance change, but its composition does not change. There is change in physical properties as well as composition of the substances. Right? Physical change can be reversed. Physical change can be reversed by physical methods. It can't be chemical change can't be reversed. So here is your worksheet. For it is your homework. Do it. If you will face any problem, then discuss it in comment section of our channel. Now we will move on to the next topic, that is a chemical reaction. What is a chemical reaction? When two or more substances or elements or compounds undergo a chemical change with the absorption or evolution of energy, give new substances called products. This change is called a chemical change. That is, reactants to products are formed. It is called a chemical change. Right? Here evolution or absorption of energy happens. For example is given here. NaCl, sodium chloride, is AgNO3, silver nitrate reacts. NaCl reacts with silver nitrate to form silver chloride, and sodium nitrate is also formed. Right? So these NaCl and AgNO3 are called reactants, and these AgHCl and NaNO3 are products. Right? Now we will see conditions for a chemical change or reaction. First of all, here we need is close contact. A chemical reaction occurs only when the substances are brought in close contact with each other. The close contact can be brought about by grinding the reactants together or dissolving the reactants in a suitable solvent like water. That is, for close contacts of the reactant, a solvent is needed. For example, sodium at once reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide. Right? Hydrogen gas is evolved. Number second is the state of the reactants. The kinetic energy of the molecules is least in solids and maximum in gases, as discussed in the earlier chapter of matter. So frequency of collision will be also be maximum for gases, and hence reaction will be facilitated most when the reactants are in the gaseous state. So the more collisions, the more fast will be the reaction. Third factor is heat. Some reactions occur only on heating. For example, if we heat potassium chlorate, it decomposes to form potassium chloride, and oxygen is also evolved. Similarly, if we iron and sulfur, reaction of iron and sulfurs occurs only on heating. It does not happen by mixing them, but on mixture, on heating the mixture, right? So why it happens? Because heat increases the temperature and it in turn increases the kinetic energy. Temperature is increased, therefore kinetic energy is increases, which is a main factor of the reaction. So due to which collisions increases, the more collision, the more fast is the rate of the chemical reaction. Generally, the rate of reaction doubles for every 10-degree rise in the temperature. Keep in mind, it will be very useful in the coming chapters. Now, next factor is light. So some reaction takes place in dark, whereas some reaction takes place only in the presence of light. So these reactions which happens only in the or takes place in the presence of light are called photochemical reactions, right? For example, hydrogen plus chlorine diffused sunlight, we will get hydrochloric acid here. This is 2HCl. In the same way, conversion of oxygen, for conversion of oxygen to ozone, we need ultraviolet light, ultraviolet radiations. 3O2, this is oxygen, this is ozone, O3. 2O3 will be formed in the presence of ultraviolet light. This is ozone. So photosynthesis in plants is also a chemical reaction which takes place in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, right? Here C6H12O6, that is glucose, is formed and oxygen is evolved, right? Next factor is pressure. Some reaction takes place only high pressure, whereas some takes place on the low pressure. For example, formation of ammonia, nitrogen plus hydrogen in the presence of iron and molybdenum. So we will get 2NH3 here, right? In the same way, formation of sulfur trioxide also happens in the vanadium pentoxide at temperature of 450 to 500 degrees Celsius, right? So here sulfur trioxide is obtained. Next factor is electricity. Some reactions occurs when an electric discharge is passed. For example, acidified water decomposes to on passing electric current, giving us hydrogen and oxygen gases. In the same way, some reactions are catalytic and happens only in the presence of a catalyst. A catalyst can increase or decrease the rate of reaction without itself undergoing any change, right? For example, in this reaction, potassium chlorate in the presence of manganese dioxide, catalyst forms potassium chloride and oxygen is evolved. In the same, like catalyst is also a promoter. A substance which increases the efficiencies of a catalyst is known as a promoter. So in the manufacture of ammonia, molybdenum MO acts as a promoter, right? Next factor is concentration of the reactants. With the increase of the reactants, we increase in the concentration of the reactants, the rate of a reaction also increases, right? So So here we can see the reason. I have already told number of collisions. Right, more is the concentration of reactants, more is the number of collisions, and faster is the rate of reaction. Right, here we will do the exercise. Classify the following reactions on the basis of the terms given below: thermal, electrolytic, catalytic, or photochemical. 2KClO3, it I have told earlier, it happens in the presence of catalyst, that is molybdenum. So we will write it as catalytic reaction. Catalytic. Fe plus S happens in the presence of heat, so this is a thermal reaction. Right, HCl is formed in the diffused sunlight, so this is a sunlight photochemical. So this is a photochemical reaction. Right, chemical reaction. Same way, water is separated in the form of electric current, so this is a electrolytic reaction. Fill in the blanks with suitable words. Chemical reaction occur when the substances are brought in, already told earlier, close contact. Iron and sulfur combine to form iron sulfide. Sulfide, chemical name of it is FeS. Dash is the catalyst to convert sulfur dioxide into sulfur. I has told earlier, V2O5, vanadium pentaoxide. Dash acts as a promoter during the manufacture of ammonia. I have already told molybdenum. MOLYBDENUM. Right, if dash are more, the rate of reaction is more. I have told you earlier, collisions are more, rate of reaction will be more. So students, this was your chapter number 2. We will discuss its exercise in the next video. Exercise in next video. I have explained the lesson here. If you have understood it well, then please make more and more likes, subscriptions, comments. Your comments are our energy. Share, subscribes. Now it is all over from the time being. Thanks for watching the video. We will meet in the next shortly with exercise of this chapter.